You have a job. The paycheck arrives on time. It might be every 2 weeks or perhaps once a month. The numbers appear in your bank account, a predictable rhythm in an unpredictable world. This is the promise you were sold, the foundation of a stable life. You followed the rules. You went to school. You earned your qualifications. You secured a position. On paper, everything adds up. The system is working as it should. You can pay your rent or your mortgage. You can afford groceries. You've met the modern definition of success, the quiet achievement of being a responsible adult. So why does it feel so fragile? This question hangs on a Sunday evening. It whispers during a long, pointless meeting, a quiet hum of anxiety under your daily routine. You feel it reading a headline about layoffs. You sense it when a new manager arrives, the subtle, unspoken weight you carry. You try to push it down, rationalize it away. You tell yourself you're lucky. You remind yourself you have what many want. And yet the feeling persists, a quiet, constant companion. This carefully built life could tremble at any moment. You're not imagining it. This feeling is real, a disconnect between the story we're told and the reality we live. The story, security. The reality, a low-grade fear it could disappear. You try to name it. Is it burnout? No, not just tiredness. Is it dissatisfaction? Not exactly. You don't hate your job. Something deeper, more fundamental. The slow dawning realization. The contract you signed has fine print. Fine print you were never meant to read. That quiet anxiety has a name. Secure but not safe. Standing on a floor that looks solid but feels like glass. You walk carefully, avoid sudden moves. You ignore tiny fractures under your feet. This isn't personal failure or ingratitude. It's a rational response to change rules. The promised stability was never guaranteed. But here's what nobody talks about. The paycheck itself is part of the illusion, keeping you from looking down. The core of the issue is a simple but profound confusion. We have been taught to equate a salary with security. We believe that as long as the money flows in, we are safe. This belief is reinforced everywhere we look. It's in our family conversations, in our financial planning apps, and in the very language of our society. We talk about job security as if it's a tangible object we can hold, a shield we can carry into the world. But a salary is not security. A salary is simply a transaction. It is an agreement to trade a specific amount of your time, your energy, and your life for a specific amount of money. It is a rental agreement, not an ownership deed. This transaction feels stable because it is predictable. The rhythm of a bi-weekly or monthly payment creates a powerful illusion of permanence. It allows you to plan your life, to take on debt, and to build routines around its arrival. The predictability is comforting. It soothes our innate human need for certainty in a world full of chaos. We cling to it because the alternative feels terrifying. The thought of that rhythm stopping is so destabilizing that we become willing to do almost anything to ensure it continues. We stay in jobs we have outgrown. We quiet the parts of ourselves that want more. We trade our autonomy for the calming beat of the direct deposit. The problem is that this entire arrangement is incredibly fragile. Your salary is dependent on a single source, your employer. They are subject to market fluctuations, to new technologies that make your role obsolete, to shifts in leadership, and to economic downturns. Your security, therefore, is not tied to your performance or your loyalty. It is tied to the continued health and strategic priorities of a business that, by its very nature, must prioritize its own survival above yours. You are a line item on a spreadsheet, a human resource that can be optimized or eliminated. This is not a cynical view. It is a structural reality. The psychological contract we believe in: work hard, be loyal, and you will be safe, is a relic of a bygone era. It no longer holds. The modern economy is built on agility, on disruption, and on efficiency. In this world, long-term stability is not a feature, it is a liability. The paycheck you receive isn't a promise of future safety. It is simply your payment for the work you have already done. It is a receipt for the life you have already traded, not a guarantee for the one you hope to have. This leads us to the critical distinction, the heart of the matter. There is a vast and consequential gap between feeling safe and being secure. Your paycheck makes you feel safe. It's a tangible, recurring reward that creates a powerful illusion of stability. It pays the bills. It keeps a roof over your head. It allows you to participate in the consumer economy. This is the safety of the present moment. It is the comfort of knowing that for this month you are okay. It's a short-term solution to a long-term problem, a temporary fix that keeps the system running smoothly. But this feeling of safety is not the same as genuine, lasting security. Real security is not about a single income stream. It is about having options. It is about knowing that if your current job disappeared tomorrow, you would not be destroyed. Security is internal, not external. It is built from your skills. It is built from your reputation. It is built from your network. It is built from your ability to adapt. It is the knowledge that your value is not tied to your current job title. It is inherent in what you know and who you are. Security is the freedom to walk away. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you have built a resilient life. It is not dependent on a single fragile source of support. Here is the tension line that changes everything, the thought that keeps you up at night. If stability were real, you wouldn't feel this anxious. The anxiety is a wake-up call, urging you to close the gap between feeling safe and actually being secure. We have dismantled the myth of the stable paycheck, but we have not yet fully explored the alternative. It is one thing to recognize the bars of the cage. It is another to understand how and why we build them ourselves. The comfort we find can become its own kind of prison, a place so cozy and familiar that we lose the will to even look for the door. This is the next part of the journey, understanding the comfortable cage. The real question is who you become next. When the external markers of identity are stripped away, what is left? When you stop defining yourself by your job title, who are you? This is the identity level shift that awaits. It is the evolution from an employee to a sovereign individual. It is the process of becoming the architect of your own life, not just a tenant in someone else's building. This is the work that lies ahead, and it starts by examining the allure of the very comfort that keeps us from being free.